The 2016 Chevrolet Tahoe. If you are looking for a full-size body-on-frame SUV, not a crossover, but an SUV, you are looking at it. I'm Jay, and welcome to this latest episode of CarBuzz Unboxing Reviews. Before I get started even further, I want to thank Woodland Motors for letting us come on down and film today. So, the Chevrolet Tahoe, yes, this is one of the most popular full-size SUVs on the market. Now, the Tahoe first launched way back in 1992. Originally, Chevrolet's full-size SUV, it was just called Blazer, just like the compact version, but they switched and gave it its own name a while ago. But this is the fourth generation Tahoe that you can buy right now, and it was just redesigned for the 2015 model year, so everything you see here, it's very up to date. And for the past couple model years, Chevrolet has only sort of tweaked the features and the packaging ever so slightly, but the overall bones of this vehicle have not changed for a couple of years, and that's a really, really good thing, because if you want to go off-roading, this Tahoe can do it. Again, a crossover, so that everything is clear, is a unibody platform or a front-wheel drive-based sedan platform. It's not really meant necessarily for off-roading like a body-on-frame chassis is like this. Now, this is a fully loaded LTZ four-wheel drive Tahoe, meaning it is, for 2016, top of the line, just about as expensive as you get with all of the bells and whistles features. And I think that's a really nice thing, because I recently did an unboxing review of the brand new Cadillac Escalade, and both the Escalade and the Tahoe here share the same basic platform, which really boils down to the platform that underpins the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 full-size pickup truck. And I was kind of left wondering, with the Escalade, is it really worth a base price of $74,000? Yeah, it's really a lot of money here, and I'm happy to check out this Tahoe here because, again, Tahoe versus Escalade, it's the same platform, different engines, but is the Tahoe the better value? And I'm going to say it right now, yes it is. Even though, despite the fact that, yep, that's fake wood. It does not have real wood trim, even in the full LTZ top trim model. If you want real wood, you're going to have to either, again, go for the Escalade or the GMC Yukon. Now, also because this is the LTZ, instead of the second row bench, you get a couple of bucket seats, which I think it's actually kind of nice. You do have the standard third row bench here, but as you're going to see in a little bit, it's really sort of crammed and tight for full-size adults. It's best left for kids or just folded flat. But yeah, this is an example of that fake wood there of cost-cutting measures on Chevrolet's part. Just to, they got to distinguish between the Tahoe, the Yukon, and the Escalade, and putting plastic wood or fake wood is just one way to do it. But what you do get here is just, I'm telling you, an excellent interior design. And yeah, this Tahoe, unlike its predecessors, it feels so much more premium. It's really hard to believe, if I saw a Tahoe 10 years ago and compared it to this one right now, that, wow, that this is coming from Chevrolet. So let's just thank new GM post-bankruptcy for that. Now this is really cool. I like this. This is the 8-inch color touchscreen with navigation. And what I really like about this touchscreen system here is, just look how big those icons are. It's so easy to see from the driver's seat or even while you're driving. And the color clarity is just fantastic. Now, some other features you get in this one, the LTZ, is because, again, it's top trim. You get this 10-speaker Bose surround sound system, tri-zone automatic climate control, wireless charging, power adjustable pedals, steering column, and mirror memory, heated and cooled seats, and this all this interior is in jet black leather, except for the dash, which is actually padded in vinyl, so let's call it faux leather. Again, if you want a fully leather covered dash, you're gonna have to upgrade to the GMC Yukon or the Escalade. I like this too. By push of the button and the whole infotainment screen moves up, and look, you get some storage and a USB port right there. Again, clever and very smart design. Now, up front, dual zone climate control. But like I said, you have tri-zone climate control, so there is a climate control for the second row passengers. Again, we're talking about a Chevrolet Tahoe here. Tri-zone climate control? Wow. But again, this is the most expensive one you can get in the Tahoe lineup. And as I mentioned, this one is four-wheel drive. Now, what's cool is that all of the three trims, the LS, LT, and the LTZ, which is this one, they all come standard with rear-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive costs an extra $3,000 in all three trims. So it's nice that you can get a base Tahoe LS for an extra $3,000, get four-wheel drive. Now, if you're one looking at like a a full-size SUV value, you're looking at that. The base Tahoe with an extra $3,000 on four-wheel drive. When I get to pricing, that's a pretty good number. I also like this interior just because, man, with any full-size truck or SUV, you just have this immense amount of storage space. Just look at the center console right here. Now, this particular model, it has a lot of connectivity, such as OnStar, 4G LTE, Wi-Fi hotspot, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, or Android Auto. Now, the only thing is only one of those systems can be used at a time. Now, this model here is also equipped with the Sun and Entertainment package for an extra $2,760. What do you get? Power sunroof, rear seat entertainment, plus an additional 9 months of XM radio subscription. Is it worth $2,700 for a moonroof? I guess. I was just sort of bummed to see that it wasn't a panoramic sunroof, but maybe the next generation Tahoe, that'll appear. Now, this one is also equipped with a $500 maximum trailering package, which gives you a 3.42 ratio rear axle, trailer brake controller, and a 2-speed transfer case. So let's talk safety. Now, this has earned a 4 out of 5 star overall crash test score from the U.S. government. It's got frontal airbags, side impact airbags, and head curtain side impact airbags for all rows, forward collision alert, lane keep assist, lane change alert with side blind zone alert, rear cross traffic alert, rear vision camera, and a tire pressure monitoring system. You also have this 4.2-inch digital display in between the driver's gauges with all the basic info the driver will need. And again, the colors and the clarity here is very impressive. So let's talk towing because, look, a full-size SUV. People love to tow things like boats, for an example. The four-wheel drive versions, this one here, is rated at 8,400 pounds of towing capacity, and the two-wheel drive version is 8,600 pounds. Now, the Toyota Tundra unboxing review I recently did. Now, that vehicle is rated at 10,000 pounds. So, I think for most people, once you hit the 8,400, 8,500 range, you're pretty much good to go. And again, because you have things like those power adjustable seats, the power adjustable pedals, I like it because anybody can find a comfortable seating position in the Tahoe here. And I know that, believe it or not, a lot of soccer moms are still buying these. The Tahoe is a really strong seller for Chevrolet, and being able to find a comfortable seating position for people of all heights is very important. But if anybody remembers back into the 1980s when those old Tahoes were really just nothing more than Silverados, pickup trucks with some extra seats and a full roof, it's just amazing how far full-size trucks and these SUVs have come in really just a decade and a half or so. Here is the third part of the tri-zone automatic climate control. And again, this is something that you get in the fully spec LTZ trim. And I do like having these bucket seats. It's just a little more premium, luxurious, as opposed to having a bench seat. Plus, it makes it easier to get to the third row. Here's that entertainment screen system. Again, this is part of the entertainment package for an extra $2,760. Up to you to decide whether or not having a screen there is worth almost $3,000 more. But overall, I found the seats to be very comfortable. And it's not like a cheap leather that people who used to drive the old C5 and C6 Corvettes kind of complained almost, was too stiff. This is a nice, soft, premium leather. And again, it's just impressive that this is all in Chevrolet, which is GM's mainstream brand. See what I mean? Third row. It's really, really tight for a full-size adult. For a long road trip or just a trip, for 10, 15 minutes, I don't think it's comfortable at all. And again, almost every new SUV and crossover I'm seeing is coming with these electronic liftgates, which I really find useful. And of course, you get a lot of cargo space. Now, the reason why the floor is sort of raised there, it's because you have that live rear axle as a part of a true body-on-frame SUV. It's just something designers and engineers really can't do anything about. But this is nice too. Again, this is part of a more premium package where the third row bench, just with a push of a button, folds flat. It's a 60-40 split rear seat. So yeah, automatically right there, you're just making it much more versatile in terms of cargo space. And I think this is the better way to have it because that third row, just to sit in, is not comfortable. And this is only a very small fraction of the amount of stuff that you can get in this. Because look, another push of the button. The second row seats fold flat. Now, if you really need a full-size or large SUV with very comfortable, usable for a human being third row, there's the Chevrolet Suburban. It is essentially the same as the Tahoe here. It is just an extended wheelbase. All right, under the hood, this is a 5.3-liter small block V8 with 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. Like I mentioned, power is sent to all four wheels through a 6-speed automatic transmission. And these small block engines, GM is just still sticking with them. They are literally bulletproof. And it's kind of cool that they haven't gone to turbocharging or twin turbocharging. This is a naturally aspirated unit. The Ford Expedition, for example, is now powered by twin turbo EcoBoost V6, but this is a naturally aspirated V8. But speaking of which, let's give it a listen. Alright, so performance, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.1 seconds. Top speed is electronically limited to 113 miles per hour. Now, the 7.1 second 0 to 60 time is actually pretty good for a vehicle that weighs 5,756 pounds and has a fuel economy of 16 miles per gallon in the city, 22 on the highway, and a combined 18. So, yeah, this is not a very fuel efficient vehicle, but in this fourth generation, engineers, they made some effort to try to reduce weight by using a higher percentage of high-strength steel. And compared to the previous Tahoe, this one features greater structural rigidity. Now, looking at this exterior design, they call this paint color tungsten metallic. And I like it. I don't know if it would be my first choice, but when you look at it in the light, it's actually quite nice. And this particular model here has these 20-inch polished aluminum wheels. 18-inch wheels are standard. It also comes with a 17-inch steel spare wheel. It's got these telebeam headlamps, high-intensity discharge headlamps, front fog lamps, rain-sensing wipers, and as you saw, that hands-free liftgate. Now, this one also has these roof rack cross rails, but those cost an extra $250, and I think for $250, that's something you're going to want. A lot of people who drive these utilize the roof for extra storage. So let's talk the competition here. Now, you have the Ford Expedition, the Nissan Armada. I recently did an unboxing review of that, and I loved that new Armada. You also have the Toyota Sequoia, and of course the GMC Yukon, which is the Tahoe's corporate twin. And again, if you need something with usable third row seats for human beings, there is the Chevrolet Suburban. Now, all those vehicles I just mentioned start off at around $45,000, $46,000, and they top off at around an average of, say, around $65,000 to $70-some thousand. Now, the pricing for this right here, the base LS, again, with rear-wheel drive, begins at $47,215. Now, our car, again, with the added four-wheel drive and $3,500 in features and a $1,195 destination fee, all in $69,445. So let's just round it up and say this is a $70,000 Chevrolet Tahoe fully loaded. Yes, I do think that is expensive, but let's compare this pricing for a moment to the Cadillac Escalade. Now, the main difference between the Tahoe and the Escalade is that the Escalade does have a more powerful 6.2-liter V8 with 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. But that vehicle's base price is $74,000. So you can't, just the base price, just to get into an Escalade, costs a few $1,000s more than a fully loaded Tahoe. And what do you get? Okay, you get that better, more powerful engine. You have the prestige of owning a Cadillac, some extra features, real wood trim, more premium leather. But I'll tell you this, though. The Escalade, it still has the window switches and steering column stalks straight from the Silverado, which, of course, the Tahoe does as well. And I don't think with the Escalade, there's enough of a spread to, to really justify its high price. When you can get a fully loaded Tahoe that you see here, yes, granted, less powerful engine, but it's still a V8 for quite a bit less money. And this will do everything you need it to do without exception. It's great for towing, it's great for off-road, and now it's truly a premium SUV. But I'm out of time for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Any more questions for me, just leave them in the comments section below. If you have any suggestions for future Car Buzz unboxing reviews, also leave those in the comments section. And be sure to subscribe to the Car Buzz Unboxing YouTube channel. So until my next video, I'll see you all next time.